Okay, Sistas fans, we're talking about the TVLine recap of the episode that aired a couple days ago. It looks like Andy Swift also wrote this article, so I feel like this should be pretty much what I've expected from the past couple weeks. Funny, quick-witted, to the point, and something the fans can relate to. So as always, I'll leave a link in the comment section below. And also, as pretty much always the case with these articles, I have not read this one yet, so I will definitely be surprised if I'm disappointed in it, but I do feel like I will be quite satisfied. So let's jump in. Sorry, this chair squeaking. Sistas recap. Bio Secret comes out, and it's not what we expected. I mean, honestly, it kind of is if you knew the character descriptions like I did months in advance. But here we go. We never could have guessed that the biggest twist on this week's Sistas would come courtesy of Triple Check's notes bio. Okay. Wednesday's episode, which we'll break down more fully in a moment, ended with a couple of looky-loos sneaking photos of Danny and Sabrina at the supermarket. Naturally, Danny assumed that the grocery gawkers had their eyes on her, but that wasn't the case. It turns out that Bio really is royalty, and not only did his date with Sabrina make front page news in their home country, but there's also speculation that she might become his future bride. Ladies and gentlemen, in the ongoing battle for Sabrina's heart, the odds just tipped dramatically in Bio's favor. Sorry, not sorry, Calvin. Okay, I agree. Elsewhere in the Sisterverse this week, I appreciate Zach's commitment to Fatima, but this fool is doing himself no favors. Thankfully, I'm not the only one that says that. Sure, it was fun watching him beat the crap out of Hayden at his own place of business, but was it really worth getting thrown in jail again? Come on now, even if Zach was 100% correct about Hayden being a miserable troll, there's a way to take him down, and this isn't it. Again, fully agree there. For the sake of the viewer's entertainment, however, he and Fatima really are wonderfully reckless, a perfect pair. And like I said before, the fight definitely was the ratings draw for the episode. Matter of fact, let me see if I can see what the ratings were for this week. Because aside from the fight, after the fight, the episode just kind of went down. It obviously you can't top that kind of scene. The energy was just way too high compared to the rest of the episode. And sadly, I still don't see the ratings. I'll have to check. What's that website? TV series finale, and check on Sisters. So I'm going to pause my recording here and then jump back in once I find those numbers. Okay, so viewership actually went down, but not by much, only by like a 0.5 margin. So last week was a 0.96. This week was 0.95. Not bad. But yeah, aside from the fight, what exactly were the talking points of the episode? Aside from Karen, just whatever. But moving on. Alright. The article says, then again, do consequences really exist in this show? After all, Fatima is now a free woman after 2 phone calls from Robin, who put a big old smile on Andy's face when he returned at the end of the hour. I wasn't totally sold on Robin yet, but after watching this week, that weasel Hayden call Gary to report Robin's return, I'm throwing my full support behind him. Gary needs to get gone, even if that means Andy will have to give up an apartment so fabulous it would make Carrie Brashar crap his pants on sight. I have no idea who that is. Okay. Friends, do we hate Calvin? He said he's thrilled to have Q staying at their place after hearing his story, and he insisted that grumpy old Maurice will eventually come around. Sir, Maurice is not grumpy. He was robbed at gunpoint by this man, who's actually using his sexuality to take advantage of him. And you're willing to shrug that all off because this guy had a tough upbringing. Calvin may think he has fashion sense, but the man is severely lacking common sense. And as I said before, I rarely talk about the character's wardrobe, but somebody on Twitter had me rolling saying, why does Calvin always walk around with half of his shirt tucked in? Hilarious. Okay. Preston, who accidentally showed up at Danny's house to pick up his box of crap ahead of schedule, this forced the two into an awkward chat, one that almost ended with him relaying his true feelings about her until Sabrina interrupted them. And then the final thing to talk about, Karen confided in Andy that she hopes her baby Zach because she isn't ready to cut ties with him just yet, forcing Andy to drop a much needed truth bomb. Zach has moved on with Fatima and Karen needs to do the same. Well, she doesn't need to move on with Fatima. You know what I mean. Even though, you know, how many times has this truth bomb been detonated? A humbled Karen then admitted to Aaron that she doesn't want him to be the father because she doesn't know him well enough. He countered by saying that he knows she loves him, which pretty much dismissed everything she just said, but I appreciate his tenacity. Yeah, I do feel like the whole loving him thing was a bit much. I would have called her out on the whole, well, we had unprotected sex. You knew me well enough then. Apparently, you knew me well enough up until the point that you and Zach, you know, were doing it in the office. So it's funny how Danny's always the one talking about them doing the nasty in the office, but Aaron hasn't brought it up once. So I don't know. Again, another great recap. I think my favorite part was probably the Calvin part. And that's about it. So I'll leave a link to this recap in the comment section below if you want to check it out for yourself. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.